Last night, CNN broke what they believe to be a major scoop in the ongoing investigation into classified documents taken from Mar-a-Lago. And I don't buy it for a second.
We start, though, with our breaking news. Sources telling CNN that the former president's legal team is considering whether to allow federal agents to conduct a new search of Mar-a-Lago.
The former president's team is considering whether to allow, like a sort of get-together at Mar-a-Lago? Now, neither the FBI nor former President Trump are dumb. And there's no way, A, he's going to let them come search if there is even a possibility of more material being found there, and B, there is no way the FBI is going to accept these terms knowing that any other documents that might have been there won't be there anymore. But CNN made this out to be a big scoop from their sources.
Sources have told us that this is a consideration on the table to allow federal investigators to return for some kind of supervised search. So you could imagine that Trump's lawyers would also be present for something like that. And that's because the Justice Department has insisted to them in private discussions as well as publicly in court filings that they believe that the former president still has government documents, even after the subpoena he was given, even after the August search at Mar-a-Lago. So this would be, a potential way to try to satisfy the government's demands.
Wait. Yes, the FBI has made it clear they believe there could be additional documents. But still at Mar-a-Lago? This is clearly coming from the Trump team. And by the way, good for them getting CNN to report it hook, line, and sinker. But this is the best part. CNN would have us believe that a notoriously combative Donald Trump suddenly may have had a change of heart about just this whole thing. The full report on CNN.com explains why, saying, quote, as the midterm election draw closer and Trump grapples with his next political move, he and his allies are eager for some relief from his web of legal troubles. He's worn down, one source close to the former president said. Getting one thing off his plate would help him move forward. Trump is worn down. He wants to get this off his plate. It's finally time. There is someone on the Trump team cracking up tonight that CNN actually went with this. If he had any other classified documents left at Mar-a-Lago, he's undoubtedly moved them. He knows that. The FBI knows that. But apparently not as much over at CNN.
Sources tell CNN former President Trump may go along with a supervised search of his Florida property.
It wouldn't look like what we saw in August with FBI agents all over the grounds.
Trump perhaps open to a less adversarial approach with the FBI to get this legal headache behind him.
Trump is worn down and looking to get this off his plate.
It kind of reeks of desperation. I think that he's in a place where he feels cornered in various different investigations. So I think you're going to see further acts of desperation from him.
Wait, as if this would end the legal headache of this investigation? Yes, the FBI is concerned he may still have classified documents. But who said they're at Mar-a-Lago? How would this supervised search there clear anything up or take any of the pressure off? And this idea that Trump is worn down and suddenly wants to work with federal agents. This guy?
The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters, controlled by radical left scoundrels, lawyers, and the media who tell them what to do, you people right there, and when to do it.
The irony here, of course, is that here the media, and in this case CNN, appears to be reporting exactly what Team Trump wants. Look, again, bravo to Team Trump for throwing out the chum and getting CNN to bite. But there ain't much here. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.